Welcome to the first game of the Bethesda Big Train of the season. This is an exhibition here at Shirley Povich Field. The Big Train are hosting the Olney Cropdusters, a team that's playing their first season in the Cal Ripken Baseball League. A hit deep out to center field, pop fly though, fielded well by the center fielder and thrown in. We're sorry we're starting a little late here. We're 2 outs into the first inning with a runner on second for the Cropdusters. I'm Nick Poor here with Allie Neverett. Allie, how are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing great. Finally excited to be doing our first broadcast here for the Big Train. We'll be bringing you the stream all summer long. And like you said, Big Train off to a good start here at Povich. You know, it's just an exhibition game, but field's pretty full, so exactly what you want to see to get the season started.
Yes, an early hit, an extra base hit at that off of the pitcher Ball. Connor Ball from Notre Dame, the freshman, in his first appearance with the Big Train. Obviously, it's his first appearance this year. He has come up here from Starrett, Alabama. High again, he's going to miss. That count moves to 2-0. Now let's take a look at the lineup in the field. Left field is Felix, center field is Wingett, and right field is Schiavone out in the outfield. The infield is comprised of Schultz, Hegwood, Rogers, and Cobb. On the mound is Ball, and behind the plate is Wargo. Count now moves to 2-1.
Like you said, Nick, Ball from Alabama. Lots of, local guys on this roster, but quite a few from the South as well, coming from all sorts of teams. And, Ball coming out of Notre Dame, who's playing in a regional right now, so he's probably here instead today, which great opportunity for, a young guy to get some playing time when he might not see the field in that NCAA tournament.
I speak to the connections of Coach Colangelo. A lot of coaches, even if you are not a guy that's going to be playing big minutes in the playoffs, would not let their player leave in the middle of the season. But I think Coach Sal, as we affectionately call him, has some outstanding connections. He's brought players from across the country, and college coaches know what they got with this team. Ball goes fouled in the right field line. But yeah, a lot of trust in the program that Sal's built here. One of the most reputable college baseball programs in the country, the Bethesda Big Train. Honestly, I'm extremely proud to be sitting here with this team. I don't know about you, Allie, but this is a dream come true. You're a local, just like some of these guys out here.
I was going to say, there's probably quite a few Woodacres Elementary School students in the stands tonight, and I used to be one of those. So very, very grateful to be here. Never thought I would be, when I was a little elementary school student, but to be a Bethesda native and someone who wants to do sports journalism and get into call this is, like you said, a dream come true. So very excited for what the summer has in store.
2-2 pitch coming in from Ball here, looking to get out of the inning. Inside, paints that upper left corner. Heater gets him, and that'll end the inning. Moving in to the middle of the first, Big Train are still tied with Olney, 0-0.
Knowing that Big Train fans are among the most perceptive and observant baseball fans.
We will head to a brief break while we wait for the Cropdusters to take the field here on BigTrain.tv. Welcome back to the Shirley Povich Field here in Rockville, Maryland. Bethesda Big Train playing the Olney Cropdusters in an exhibition game. It's a hot, hot day out here as the sun sets down on Rockville, Maryland. We'll take a look at the batting lineup for the Bethesda Big Train. Leading off is Garrett Felix, the senior from Nichols University. After him will come Colton Hegwood, then Schultz, Cobb, Chavion, Wingett, Wargo, Rogers, and first pitch called strike. Puts Felix behind in the count. Felix from Scott, Louisiana. Plays for Alabama.
Another one of those Southern guys the Big Train's got this year.
3 players from Alabama University alone. 2 of them, all 3 started today actually. Cobb behind the plate, Felix and Hegwood in the field. Second pitch coming in. Another called strike on Felix, who has not yet swung the bat here.
And on the mound there for the Cropdusters is Matt Likas out of JMU, sophomore. Also a Maryland native, like most of these guys. He's from Lutherville.
Fouled off, Felix will stay alive here. You gotta wonder how a lot of these guys get involved if they're not from the area.
I know, definitely interesting to see. Must be some of that like recruiting you said, Nick. Coach Sal has got definitely knows what he's doing, and I'm sure a lot of this league, very well known around the country, definitely appealing to guys coming out of the South and all over the East Coast in general.
Count moves to 2-2 now, or 1-2. Apologies. Yeah, it's a lot of those connections. The coaching staff. We heard one of the pitchers trying to get him to bite on something high there. He misses. 2-2. Well, another one of the Big Train pitchers was talking. I believe it was Matt Cunningham. Apologies. It was Evan Marcinko who was telling me about his connection with Coach Sal. Coach Sal was his high school pitching coach's coach when he played. And that connection just stood because that's the kind of guy Sal is. He leaves an impact. And that's the culture of the Big Train, leaving an impact. Just keeping on rolling now. Almost 20 in our 22nd season. Up to the plate now is Colton Hegwood, another one of those Bama guys.
Like you said, Nick, the Big Train clearly has established its reputation. They've won 5 Ripken League titles in a row.
First ball fouled off there, count now 1-1.
And so you got to think if you're a guy on the East Coast or coming out of one of these teams that has connection here, why wouldn't you want to come play at Shirley Povich?
I mean, I would say to travel. But these guys were amazing. Coming up from, hefty swing there, gonna miss. Count now 1-2. We have a guy coming up from Jacksonville. It was Chiavone, sorry, who I talked to yesterday as well. You can see that on our YouTube page saying it was a 15-hour drive, but he seemed completely happy to just to the field. Hit down to the second baseman, well fielded. And now that'll be back-to-back outs for the Cropdusters to get started. This is their first season in the Cal Ripken play. Even if this is just an exhibition, it could set the tone for their entire culture.
Yeah, definitely a little daunting having to come out against such a prolific team in the Big Train with like such a great reputation, like I mentioned earlier. But pretty good first 2 at bats for Likas.
Reputation up at the plate now is Peyton Schultz. A lot of guys who come here are not necessarily the top of the college game. They need this summertime to show off what they've got. But Peyton Schultz is a dominant player, batting .268 with 20 RBI in D1. That's something you don't see a lot from guys who come to this league. A lot of guys who are at the top of the game either won't play in the summer and will do personal workouts with their extremely high-level coaches, or they'll head up to Cape Cod or one of those leagues. So it'll be interesting to see how Schultz does and if he can dominate this league the way he's shown some great offensive talent for taking it. Called strike there brings the count to 2-1.
He's coming all the way from California. So we're talking about that 15-hour drive for Hegwood, but definitely a little further of a trip for this guy.
Looks like that's going to be fouled off down the right field line out in the stands. Could that be the first ball for a fan? No. Looks like that's going to go out towards the cars. But yeah, I mean, he goes to college at JMU too, so he's an East Coast boy in some part of himself. Oh, tight ball inside, almost clipping. Schultz there. Count now full. Again, we hope you can hear us well.
This is our first broadcast, so apologies if not.
Oh, struck him out swinging. A great inning there to get started for the Olney Cropdusters. That strikeout coming from Matt Likas, going 1-2-3 in his first inning. We'll see what they can bring on the offensive end in one moment. We'll be right Welcome back here, top of the second in Rockville, Maryland, as the Bethesda Big Train play host to the Olney Cropdusters. At the plate now, for the Cropdusters, is number 30, Quinn Allen. Ball in high, count now 1-0 to Allen. Called strike as he gets that same spot. A little closer to the strike zone there, though, as now the count moves to 1-1. Quinn Allen, an outstanding athlete and a cancer survivor. Sophomore at ECU. Oh, swings and misses, takes a big hack at that pitch as it cuts out with great club side movement. A cancer survivor, to have gone to college, and I believe he was diagnosed, and he had it during his freshman year. He did not play his freshman year. I don't think he played this year either. So this is possibly a return to action for him.
Yeah, playing on the roster at ECU, but he's a Germantown, Maryland native, so to be able to come home, play in the Rifkin League, and kind of get back into it is just an absolutely incredible story, and hoping he'll have a great season here with Olney.
Got a good cut on that one there, but got just under the ball, sending it oppo hard foul. Count 2-2. Here comes the pitch from Ball. Popped up into the infield. Ball rushes, tries to get to it. It's out into the stands. Ball has a very low release point for a pitcher. He slings that, not fully sidearm, but it comes out in a very low release point. And I enjoy watching him pitch.
No, he's been great so far. Definitely a young guy. This whole Big Train roster pretty young, but it's been exciting to watch. I agree, Nick.
Yeah, I mean, we only have a one or two players that aren't college freshmen or younger. Sophomore Garrett Felix is one of the most senior members of this team. Misses there, count 3-2. That's the problem with that kind of form. If you can't control, sometimes there's so much movement on the x-axis. It's just going to end up a little outside. We'll see if he can hit the corner this time. 3-2. Misses again away. Too much